Hey, Shadows of War community. This is Zalon coming at you with another video. And this one is my 11 best tips for brand new players, plus one suggestion. So, of course, I have that for you at the very end. But I compiled all my best tips for brand new players, and I hope it's very helpful for everyone out in the community. And first, I will start with daily missions, and that is something that everyone needs to make sure that they do every single day. And that is these 8 missions right here. They do not change. They're the exact same missions every day so far that I've noticed since I started playing the game. And the reward for getting all 8 of these missions done is 50 gems or crystals. So it is something that is definitely something that needs to be done every day, and the experience you get from it is quite a lot compared to all the battle experience, which is fairly low, so that you get on a regular basis. So the experience you get from doing your dailies is extremely helpful in leveling up your character as fast as possible. So that's why daily missions are so incredibly important to do, because the higher level your character, the better off you are for the rest of your player level. The higher level your player level is, the higher level your characters can be. All right, so that is the first thing. Of course, achievements is right here. That also is something that you should make sure you collect your achievements, because you do get a lot of experience and more gems from those as well as you go along through the all the quests. All right, and number two should be have a level 1 captain available daily for the pit. And what I mean by that is make sure that you have captured orcs from battle, nemesis, and I'll show you where you grab them here in a second. But make sure that you always have what I call feeders. And these guys are very easy to get. They're the basic captains that you can brand, and they are I find them necessary to be, because every day one of those daily quests, every day is that there's a daily quest that you have to send orcs in to the dueling pits, and one of them is always going to be killed. So I usually send in one of my best orcs, and then send in one of my so in a situation like this, I'd send in one of my best orcs, and then I would send in what I would call one of the feeder ones that are just basic level 1 captains, because they don't cost that much. And then of course the glory you don't get is as much as you would if you put a higher level orc against orc. But like I said, it doesn't cost that much to be able to see. He goes down pretty easy. But when it comes down to the halls of the dead, cost to bring them back. Of course, those tokens cost quite a lot, or are hard to get. You don't get a lot of them at a time, so I find that those feeder orcs, I don't care if I don't bring them back or not. So having one to do the daily quest every day is very important. 3, with the 50 gems you get for doing your dailies, make sure to use them for your energy recharge. Up here at the top, 82 out of 109 is my current energy. You're going to notice that it does recharge +1 every 4 minutes. Thing is, as soon as you deplete that down, you have an option to recharge it once per day, and it costs 50 gems. So it's exactly what you get for doing your dailies. So every day you should be able to do 2 full. I mean, obviously, wake up in the morning, your energy's recharged, but obviously there you do get 1 recharge during the day. Make sure you always use that, because it's definitely something that can help boost getting farther along in the game. All right, number 4. Let's see. Uh, Upgrade your stronghold, which is one of the most important buildings when it comes down to leveling up your orcs. This is where all the dominance comes from. This is where it's all produced. So as you see here, um, the production rate is 34 per hour, and that's strictly because of the base rate of 20, and then the 24 that I get here from minus Morgul, the 24 per hour. And I just recently leveled up, so here I'm going to show that you should always, as soon as you level up, character-wise, I should always say player. Player-wise, you should always level up your stronghold facilities, because then you're going to be getting, now I'm getting 37 per hour. And also I can hold more of my stronghold capacity. And the global capacity is how much you can hold, over time. Because you see up there, I have 339 right now, but I still can hold it 1860 total. So make sure you're getting the most out of your stronghold all the time, and make sure you do collect from it on a regular basis, so that you don't miss out on getting more dominance, because that's how, like I said, how you level up your orcs. It's the currency used to level up your orcs. Number 5, every 4 hours in the game, here at the Palantir, mine's not due for 30 minutes, but you get one free opening. You can see here at the bottom, one free opening every 4 hours. So make sure you get in here and you do your pulls, because you could get a character, one of these characters at the very top. They're all base characters, but still, you could still get them. And if you already have the character, it will be replaced with glyphs. So don't worry, it's not like you won't be missing out. Otherwise, you could get some glyphs, or most likely what you will be getting are these guys here down at the bottom, which aren't bad, because you do need, trust me, actually, the most important, the Mirian. I don't mind at all when I get 500 or 1,000 Mirian from here, because it's it's the hardest thing to acquire and get the most of in the game. All right. So, number 6, do not equally level. I'll show my champions here. Do not equally level everyone. You won't have any Mirian left. Concentrate on your main fighting 4, and then of course your orcs, because you need to have at least a good small set of orcs that you can constantly put in that 5th spot, and because you can always bring in 4 of your champions, but you have a 5th spot for orcs, so you want to make sure you always have a good orc to be able to put in there, high enough level. So that's why I make sure that my orc roster, I have some guys here at the top, and they're all warlords. So typically have strong warlords to be able to take in. All right, and number 7. Always check Warlords, which is this over here in the far left. When I went through my intro video, I showed off the Warlords area is where they constantly have events running, and these events are all-time based, so always check here on the left-hand side to see how long you have until the events are over, and I've done all mine for today. So, of course, and there's still more to come because there's daily events going on. But always check, because there's always stuff going on. For glyphs, battles that pop up quite frequently, daily battles, event battles, so there's always stuff going on in here, so always make sure you're checking to see that you can't get a couple glyphs, because they're easy. You usually have 1 or 2 battles that you can do in each one of those events, and they're just glyphs ready. I mean, it's a long-term grind game on the glyphs, so some of the better characters will take a long time, but if you just miss all the opportunities because you never check, whose fault is that? All right, so number 8, we're going to go into the campaign menu here. All right, number 8, after beating minus Morgul, which is the first place right here, you can see these are all, after I beat it, it resets after you take down all the nemesis at a specific location, either on hard or normal, because of course there is 2 different modes for each fortress. With this fortress, I have, like I said, cleared out the first ones, but like it has already regenerated everything, so now I have a whole bunch of nemesis to choose from to take on, whether I want to execute them or to brand them. I typically do brand the these. Yeah, you should typically brand the 2nd tier and the warlords at the top. And then at the bottom, like I said, I usually use those guys for feeders. So, but after you beat this guy, you gotta try to clear out all these guys. I try to clear this entire set out on a daily basis. Either, like I said, by either branding them or executing just to grab as much of the rune fragments and also new captains as much as possible for the other missions that I needed to do. And then that goes in turn with 9, which is make sure to start unlocking as many hard stages as possible. So as soon as I got this place taken care of, I started going through and trying to unlock the hard stages. I'm on the 5th one right now. But as you can see, the first stage it's actually right next to the number. It's got the glyph that's available for that's literal glyphs, and they're available here on this stage. Now, these all hard stages are only able to be done 3 times a day, which makes it so that these are the places that you are farming glyphs from. Every day you go to those same ones. That one has one. Over here, there's one over here for Castamere. So yeah, you go around and you farm them every day from those hard locations. Alright. And number 10. I brand all orcs until I can send 2 parties out on orc quests. But what I mean by that is you want to have a big enough selection of orcs to choose from to be able to do the orc jobs. And typically I always send out the 5-minute one. And that always brings back some money, and they all get a little bit of their orcs earn a little bit of the glory that you need to be able, when you have them, you want to be able to use the glory to increase their stars. Well, you don't. If you don't have, you have enough dominance, but each one of them separately has to have enough glory to be able to update them or upgrade them to higher levels and stars. So you don't have to get the small pieces like you do for your champions, but it does take a while for the glory to build up. So you do want to make sure that you're sending them away on work missions quite often, so that they can build that up. And also, too, they do gain some glory when they are battling with you as well. Number 11, and my final tip, all new players should level up to player level 11 as soon as possible, because that is when you're able to do the orc quests, and that actually gives a lot of your orcs something to actually do. Otherwise, before that, they're just waiting to come into battle with you, and it's very, I don't know, it feels like the orcs don't have anything to do until you really get to level 11. So that's why I say try to get to level 11 as soon as possible. I mean, you want to get your character level as high as possible, as soon as possible. That is the overall goal, because then all of your other characters underneath can level up a lot higher. So that's is the main goal of the game, and yeah. So I hope to come out maybe with some more tips and other different strategy type videos here in the future. Also, too, I do plan on doing a live stream or 2 for this game. And yeah, I enjoy the game, and I think the community is growing like crazy. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe. And I do have one last suggestion for all the people that hung in there for this very last thing. My one suggestion that I mentioned earlier is I do recommend the $9.99 daily gem pack. I got it in the beginning, and it does give you a small bonus in the beginning of like about 220 or 250 gems, and some VIP points. It gives you 1,000 VIP points to put in. So with those VIP points, you do get to be able to have a little bit extra bonuses. I'm trying to work towards getting more recharges, though, to get a second refresh per day. But I'm not a big whale in this game, although I am what I call a medium spender. So the gem pack to me gives me 120 gems a day for 30 days, which is nice. It's way more than what you would get if you spent $9.99 on gems in the game just regularly, because as we see here in the store, that is only 1,000 gems. You get roughly about, in total, with the bonus gems at the end for doing the 30-day login and the 120 gems a day plus the original bonus in the beginning, it's somewhere in the mid 4,000s that you get for that $9.99. So it's really worth it. If you are somebody who is willing to give I consider it more of a, if I spent $10 on that, it will save me in the long run, and also gives the WB a little something for me, saying, hey, I really appreciate your game. It's really good. You did a really good job on creating it. So that's the way I see it right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys all again very soon.